Welcome back to Life's Sweet Journey. On the road, one adventure at a time.
Hey guys, so today's video is all about why you need or why you should have a roadside hazard kit, or really just the roadside little blinky things if you are a RVer or traveler, or really why you probably just need one in your car anyways, because, well, I'll let the story speak for itself.
Good morning from the middle of the road. We're not even on the side of the road because there's a ditch next to us. In the middle of nowhere, South Carolina, where we had quite an issue with our bearings for the tire axle. I don't really know how to explain it. I'll show it a little better in a minute. So here I am, waking up in the bedroom with the slide all the way in, which I had actually wished for, but be careful what you wish for, because I had been hoping, Cracker Barrel parking lot. I just like how cozy it is in here. I usually get a good night's sleep. This night, not so much, because this is the non-glamorous side of RV life. It's got a lot of adventures and a lot of misadventures. But this is one that has showed us why we need a roadside hazard set. Yeah.
Basically, we lost the whole hub assembly. Everything blew. And this was our setup for being in the middle of the road in the middle of the night.
But here we are. This is the morning view. Here is our lovely makeshift hazard stinky slinky, so that hopefully if somebody did not happen to see the camper, they would hit this first. Not that they wouldn't just run it right over, but here we are, legit middle of the road, because there's a ditch on the side and we could not get anywhere. We did have a gentleman who has thankfully stopped to help us. He did try to kind of get this rigged up so that we could slowly pull it somewhere, but it didn't really work, because when he dropped that, this got too close to the ground and we would have destroyed our home. But this is what has happened. All of these bearings and everything that makes the wheel go are shot. Babe noticed smoke. We turned a corner. All the smoke came out. And here we've been ever since. We did have the blinkers on the truck so that at least people would see the flashing lights. But those died at some point in the night. We're not sure when. So this was the only light we had, signifying that blink, 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 blink. There's something stopped here. Get a hazard kit. So there you have it. This video will either end well or not so well, depending upon what happens. We are currently waiting for a gentleman to come back by to finish, hopefully helping us. Actually, we were out here for about 45 minutes trying to figure out what in the world we were going to be able to do. The best bet we had found was to get it towed to Camper World, and they couldn't get to it until sometime maybe next week. Plus, towing it wasn't going to be really easy because of what's going on with it. And at least the goodness of the world, so many people have driven by, they tried to help, and it was very sweet. If it had been just the tire, Babe would have been fine. We would have fixed it and been back on our way, but obviously it was more than he could handle, and more than really anybody would have been able to handle to help us. When it had been, we'd been here about 45 minutes, and a white work truck drives by, the boxed in kind with the doors in the back. He actually drove past us, and the back of his truck flies open. The doors open up, and he stops the truck, gets out, he's looking at it. Babe even says, this is not a good road for anybody today. And he shuts his doors, locks them back shut, and ends up backing up towards us. And he gets out, and he was very honest. He said, I was on my way home. I was done for the day. I was ready. He was ready to be home. And he said, my truck doors flying open like that were a sign to me to stop. And I am actually a mobile repair person. That's his job. And so Babe and I were like, oh, thank you. Please, Lord, please let this be the answer that we need. And so he did the best he could to help us last night. It was late. It was after 6, and so a lot of places that he could get parts were closed. He tried to help us kind of rig up the tire to at least get to the state park that we're trying to get to. We were about 10 minutes away. We were only going to be there for the night, but obviously that didn't happen. We slept out here, and we're fine. We were obviously in the middle of the road, but here we are. Yeah.
This was the hallelujah moment. This guy's name is Thomas. He is with RV1, and he is wonderful. If you are ever stuck in South Carolina in your RV, call RV1. Thomas got out of the car. He's like, I've got the parts. And there he goes, fixing the tire and getting us back on the road.
It is fixed. There goes our RV repair angel. And we're getting back on the road. Whew.
I cannot make this up. 1 week later, before we were able to get a hazard kit, blown tire on the highway. Stinky Slinky at it again as our roadside hazard, this time on the highway. Next purchase, as soon as we get somewhere, is a hazard kit.
So yeah, that would be why you should have a roadside reflective kit. Babe was just listening to me say the first part of the video when I called them blinky things, but they're not. They are reflectors, or the roadside hazard triangles, basically, because in the dark, in the middle of the road, not the side of the road, but the middle of the road, with just the little bike light we had on his bike and the blinkers of the camper, which went out, and then our little Stinky Slinky, which is black, so it blends into the dark road. These would have been helpful and would have given us much more peace of mind having to sleep in the middle of the road. But I got them on Amazon. It comes as a pack of 3. 1, 2, 3. And they're just in these little tubes. You open the tube up. And then it just pops open like this. Oh gosh. Sits in the little screw slot like that. And then it has a stand. So next time, if we have any other issues, we will be a little bit safer and a little bit more easily seen. Thank you to the Peanut Gallery for telling me the kickstand goes this way.
There's another one that folds out.
Oh. Like this?
There's 4 of them there.
Oh, there's 4.
So it stays up and don't blow over.
Oh, that's
Test
much
it out
easier.
before you get on video.
Yeah. Okay. So after I was kindly told how to actually operate it, and why I should have just probably tried to operate it before I just started the video, thinking it was going to be as easy as putting together a triangle. You pull it out, put the triangle together like this into the slot, triangle. Then there are 1, 2, 4 kickstands so that it sits evenly on the road. And it will be much safer should we ever have the issue we had recently. But definitely recommend getting one of these. You just never know when you're going to end up on the side of the road, and it's never in the spot you want to be. Thankfully, our spot was kind of off the beaten path the first time. Then the second time was on the major highway, not near anywhere we could easily get off to fix the situation. Again, this would have come in handy, but that was at least during the day, so we could at least be a little bit more easily seen on the highway. But definitely recommend getting the reflective roadside triangles for full-time RV life. When you're done, just easily folds back in on itself. You undo this spot right here. That folds in front. This folds in the back. Just make sure your orange tape is wrapped up well so you don't accidentally tear it. And then it just slides right back in the case. And that's it. It's that easy. I got all 3 of these on Amazon for 15 bucks. You can get them as singles if you want more or if you don't need as many. And I think the single was like 8 or 9. So to me, you may as well just get all 3 because it never hurts to have enough reflectors should you have an issue. And issues will happen because such is life. But that was it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy the journey. Thanks for watching.
If you liked this video, we would love it if you would give it a big thumbs up and click subscribe.